Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Viva La Yoshi, TikTok and Twitter at Life with Simone, and follow my business page at Rashari. Y'all, for this rest of this week, I don't know if I'm gonna post this. I'm recording right now on Tuesday night, but I don't know if I'm gonna post this Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when I'm gonna have time to edit. But right now, Rashari is having a Juneteenth sale, so go ahead and cop you a bag. But y'all already know I can't get into the story time without go ahead and doing my community spotlight of the week. My top commenters, we got Tarshila Matthews, Munch Mango 11, Queen Ashley, Latrice, and we got Genevia Henry 9985. Thank you guys so much for being my top commenters of the week. I love y'all, got you guys so much. Y'all, we so close to reaching our end of the year goal. I can't believe it. We almost to 170K. I don't know why I was gonna say 75. We almost to 170K. I love y'all so much because y'all really be showing me love. But yeah, let's get into this story because your girl been missing y'all. Okay, so y'all, remember the girl I had named when I told y'all about the stories and I introduced y'all to two people and I gave Stank a different name, which was Alyssa. I gave Stank a different name, which was Alyssa. So the girl that I met through Stank, Keisha, this story is about her. Y'all remember when I told y'all how I had Keisha around Goofy and she ended up meeting one of his friends. And I know I told y'all how she was like obsessed with his friend. I didn't really touch too much on, like, I think I did talk about their friendship and stuff like that. I told y'all about the time when they make a fake Craigslist ad when we fell out. But this is before we fell out. So anyway, dog, this is when she was obsessed with old boy. So she called my phone and she used to do like weird little stuff too. I haven't really touched on that, but a lot of the reason why the friendship kind of got real divided. I mean, yeah, it was like an issue that happened to why we did stop being friends. And the part I played in that, I did take accountability and I did apologize. But a lot of it stemmed from this girl. And I told y'all that it's like she wanted us divided. It's like she wanted me to be her friend and this, it was just weird. So anyway, one day she called me and she was just like, hey girl, what you doing, mommy? And I'm just like, hey girl, I'm not doing nothing. Like, what you doing? She was just like, girl, nothing. Oh my God. So Goofy homeboy, but she said his name, which I'm not giving him a name because there's no need to. So she like, Goofy homeboy, girl, you know, he just wants me all the time. He want me around him all the time. This is me on the phone. Y'all, at this point, this is when I knew she was capping. At first, I thought it was true. I was believing it until I got the whole rundown and it was not nothing like she was saying. So anyway, she just on the phone like, yeah, girl, he just want me around all the time. He always be calling me like, pull up, da-da-da-da, I need to see you, da-da-da-da, all this other stuff. So I was all like, oh, okay, girl, dang. Like, you be having your hands full with him. So she like, girl, yeah, you been spending time with Goofy. Mind you, she know I haven't. Like, at this time, me and him was like, not a thing. She knew we wasn't a thing at all. Like, me and him wasn't talking. This is me back with Crazy and all this other stuff like that. So she knew Goofy was not even an option. Like, yeah. She was like, yeah, girl, because you know how they be. They be obsessed over they women. They be just want to be up under they girls. Like, ha ha ha. But, oh, I didn't know you and Goofy wasn't a thing. She was like, you know, that would make sense because I did see him with this one girl. It was this girl that Goofy was on and again off with too. So she was like, oh, I did see him with her the other night. So, yeah, I just wanted to be sure. Why would you ask me if I had spent time with him or if I was with him if you said you seen him last night? She used to lie for no freaking reason. So I'm like, girl, I really don't care about what Goofy be on. I just like dead at the conversation because I really don't care. So she just like, oh, okay, girl. Anyway, but like I was saying all this to say that I'm gonna be out there, I'm gonna be on your side of town today. She was like, so I'm gonna pull up on you. So I'm like, okay, just let me know. I ain't got nothing planned today. So she like, okay, cool. So I'm thinking she just capping like she always do. And I told y'all a story when she did this before. Every time, I don't know why I was like slow or something, because every time she would call me and be like, oh, I'm with him, I'm pull up on you, she always end up already at my house. So she ended up hitting me up her like 5 minutes later and was like, girl, you know what? He had to go handle something and I was in his car, but you know what? I switched back to my car. So I'm just already pulling up to your house. I'm here now. Which it made no, like I said, she was just a capper. It did not even matter. Like, what was the point of you saying you was in this man's car? Like, she just did, it was just, anyway. So she was like, yeah, I'm about to pull up to your house. Well, I'm already here, basically. So I'm like, okay, well, just go to the door. I'm like, I really don't feel like getting up. I was on some lazy shit. I'm like, I don't feel like getting up. I'm like, if you go to the door, my grandma will answer. So, yeah, and then she gonna let you in, because she let anybody in. Somebody could have came in that house and whooped my ass. My grandma would have been like, oh, I thought it was your friend. And she just open the door, and there's a familiar face, or, oh, I'm here for Simone. If I'm here for Simone, no. It has to be a familiar face. If she's seen you there before, she gonna let you in that house. And it'd be like, girl, she don't even follow them to my room or nothing. They come in there and just drag me. Anyway, so yeah, so she ended up coming in my room and she just like, hey girl. She got on like some sweatpants and she got a big bag with her. So I'm thinking like, why she got that? So she come over there. I'm like, hey girl, like what's going on? Like you was out here all day. Mind you, at this point when she came to my house, it probably was like 4-5 o'clock. It's not even late. So I'm like, oh, you was out here all day? She's like, girl, yes, I was out. I was with him all night. Look how I'm dressed, girl. Like he just be having me out and about. And I be telling him, you could go run your errands and do your thing without me. But he be like, no, I don't care how you look. You so beautiful. Come with me. So I'm like, okay. She looked like she was just washing, y'all. She had on like bleach stained clothes and all that. I'm not judging because, you know, it'd be times where I'd be outside with my man looking a damn mess. So she was just saying that. And I'm like, okay. So she had this big ass bag with her. So I was like, you going back with him? Because why you got all this stuff? So I'm like, you going back with him? She was like, no, I actually got somewhere to go tomorrow. She was like, but he said that he is going to call me, you know, like he want me to spend the night with him. So I'm going to just leave with him to go do that. She was like, but can you come with me tomorrow to where I got to go do? So I was like, what you got to go do tomorrow? She was like, it's just this like little thing, like a little formal thing like my family is having or whatever. She was like, but I don't want to go by myself. So I was like, okay. I'm like, so what time you gonna come back and come get me so I can know what time to be up? She was like, real early or whatever, because she's telling me she's gonna leave my house and go be with him. Y'all, we just on Snap, we talking, we laughing, playing music, all this other stuff. Time is going by. At this point it's probably like 10 o'clock and I'm getting tired. So I was all like, oh, I'm getting a little bit sleepy. I'm like, so I guess when he come or whatever, or when he tell you to come, I'm like, you could leave out the back door and just lock it behind you or whatever, because if I just in case if I end up falling asleep or whatever, because I don't know what time you plan on leaving. So she was like, girl, no, I'm just about to silence my phone, and if he called me, I'm just not gonna go. She was like, but he been hitting me up asking me to come. She was like, but I'm just gonna stay here. It just makes more sense for me to leave from your house. Nobody called this girl phone, not once. How upset she was with that man. If he called her, she would have answered, because she tries to call him when she was there. No answer, right? So I was like, okay. I'm like, so for tomorrow, like, do I need to dress a certain type of way? She was like, oh yeah. So she was like, do you got something red, like something red to wear? So I'm like, red? Like, no, I don't got nothing red, not that I think of. I'm like, wait, I got a red shirt. So I'm pulling out shirts. I'm pulling out crop tops. I told you I was a crop top queen. So I'm pulling out shirts. I'm like, what about this? She was like, what about that red tube dress you wore last time? So I was like, oh, the one I had on last weekend? She was like, yeah, that one. So I'm like, oh, I do got it. I just got to wash it. Thank God we had a washer and dryer. So I'm like, I'm just going to put it in the washing machine. So she's like, yeah, you could wear that. So I'm like, but you said it's formal though. Mind you, it's a tube dress. I'm like, you said it was formal. She was like, no, it's more like casual. It's casual. You could wear that. Just put on like your jean jacket or something. Like, you'll be good. So I'm like, you sure? She like, yeah, girl. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, that's gonna be cute. So I'm like, okay, what you finna wear? Because now I'm curious to what you about to wear, because you told me it's formal, but you got me wearing a tube dress. So what's going on? So I'm like, what you finna wear? So she was like, oh girl, just some red, you know, just some cute, like they just want everybody in red, but it's like whatever. So I'm like, what is it, like a gathering, like family reunion? Like, what is it? Because she said she gotta be there in the morning. So she was just like, oh no, it's just something like my family just doing something. They just be wanting people to come and, you know, just like a little, we might eat and stuff like that. Just something like real quick. My grandma just want to see everybody. So I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, but like I fuck with my family, but I don't really fuck with them, so I really don't want to go by myself. So I'm like, okay girl, I'm there. I'm like, so your grandma just be having like random like gatherings at her house where everybody gotta wear the same color? So she like, yeah, like just for this time she just want everybody to wear red, so that's the reason why. So I was like, oh, okay, like that's doesn't make sense to me, because she's not really explaining to me. But I'm like, all right, it is what it is. So the next morning roll around, she up getting ready, y'all. I went in the bathroom to get in the shower and then come back out. I come back out in my tube dress. This bitch got on a motherfucking blazer, a skirt. She got on some kitten heels. I'm like, hold up. You told me to wear this tube dress and these sandals and my jean jacket. She's like, no, you good. You're not my family. Like, you know, it just makes sense for you to be with the colors, but like, you ain't gotta worry about it. Like, you good. So I'm like, you sure? She's like, yeah, don't even worry about it. Like, you look good. Like, for real, I would not steer you wrong. She's like, plus I got some clothes to change into anyway. She was like, because afterwards, like, my cousins, they be turning up. Like, we gonna turn up, we gonna party, all that other shit. So I got some little ass shorts. I'm gonna put on all that. So I'm like, okay, should I bring something too extra? She's like, if you want to, but like, you know, that's cute too. Like, you know, because it's like with the jacket on, it's formal, with it off, it's sexy. Like, you know, you look good. Like, you look good, mommy. I don't know why she kept calling me mommy. So I was just like, oh, okay. Oh, you know why? It's because she used to lie and say she was Puerto Rican. Bitch ain't had an ounce of Puerto nothing in her. If y'all seen that girl, you would be like, be fucking for real. So anyway, so yeah. So I was just like, okay, okay, sure. So y'all, we hop in the car, we driving. They kept calling her like, where you at, where you at? She was like, oh, I'm about to pull up in a little bit. So she was like, girl, we gotta turn up. Like, we gotta turn up. Like, my spirits is just real down. I just want to be like lit. Like, I just want to turn up. Mind you, it's like 9 something in the morning. So she started playing some Joe Moses, and she like, shake some ass, day. So I'm twerking or whatever. She recorded me, putting it on Snap or whatever like that. I'm just twerking. But mind you, I have this tube dress on. So my dress is lifting up, ass is out. All you see is thong and fat coochie. Let me stop. But all you see is like ass and stuff like that. So I'm just twerking or whatever. She posting it on Snapchat. That's stuff we would do. Like, we would just, you know, it's no big deal. I don't know why I'm shaking all this ass at 9 in the morning, but hey. So anyway, I ended up stopping, and finally she was like, oh, before we pull up, we right around the corner, but before we pull up, I low-key want to go to McDonald's and get some breakfast. You hungry? I said, I thought you said that this was a gathering where we gonna eat at. She was like, yeah, but we not gonna eat right away. She was like, you know, my grandma just be like wanting to talk and do all the most and stuff like that. Then we gonna get some food. So I'm like, all right, cool. So one of her cousins she ended up calling one of her cousins like, yeah, I'm gonna pull to McDonald's, what you want? So they told her like, oh, get 6 McGriddles, 7 pancake breakfasts, this, that, and the third. So we pull up, I get my food, whatever, we get our food, and then we start heading to the grandma's house. Tell me the fuck why. Tell me why. Tell me why we pull up to a church and there is a hearse in the front and this is a motherfucking funeral. Bitch, I was pissed. I said, Keisha, this a funeral. This where we going? Mind you, I see everybody in their red. So I said, it can't be a coincidence that we driving past a church with a funeral everybody got red on. I said, Keisha, we going to this funeral? Is this is this where your grandma want to speak at? So she was like, girl, oh my God. Okay, it is a funeral. I just didn't want to like say that. She was like, didn't I tell you it was a funeral? I'm like, no, you never said it was a funeral. You said your grandma like for y'all to wear the same color and come to her house and talk and eventually eat. And I don't know why I was listening to that anyway, because it sounds freaking dumb. So she was like, oh yeah, this funeral, I just didn't want to like spook you out or like throw you off. She was like, but I just didn't want to come by myself for real, like, because my mom is not even coming, like, and how these people are on this side of the family, like, girl, be too much, but like, it's gonna be quick, don't even worry about it. So I'm like, why you got me wearing this tube dress to a funeral? Like, who even died? Like, who is the person? Like, how old are they? Because this could be either normal or disrespectful depending on the age of the person. So I was like, Keisha, why you didn't tell me that in the first place? I probably would have said no, you know, because what? But I mean, you should have just gave me the option, because that was weird. So anyway, we pull up, we start parking, and it was this lady that was looking mad as hell, and I'm guessing that was her grandma. So she had red on, red suit, well, red skirt suit, red hat with the red feather, all that. So I'm thinking like, oh, y'all bloods around here or something? So she was like, no, we just like red. Are you lying? So I was like, so who is it? Like, who passed away? So she was just like, oh, it's just like an uncle or something like that. She was like, but he older, it's not even nothing like that. Y'all people outside with red flags and all that. I said, was he a gang member, Keisha? She was like, yeah. She was like, this girl is supposed to be niggas here. Like, he was gang member back in the day. She was like, but it's gonna be niggas here. You gonna meet you somebody and da-da-da. And you want to get away from crazy anyway. And you need you a new blood anyway, da-da-da. But she was like, but they not bloods, they Crips. I said, well, why the hell do they got on red with red rags if this is a Crip funeral? And she gonna say, I don't know. I said, what, they trying to confuse the enemy? Like, I'm just so confused because this is not making no sense to me. I'm annoyed. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm in the seat and I'm irritated texting. Like, I don't know who the fuck I'm texting, but I'm texting somebody. It was probably Stanks, aka Alisa. So I'm texting her or whoever the fuck. I don't know who I'm texting. But yeah, I was texting somebody, and I know I just was talking so much shit because I was irritated. So we get out the car. I was going to sit in the car. I ain't going to lie. I was going to stay in that car the whole funeral. But I'm like, you know what? That's even more disrespectful. So like, we get out the car, and the older woman, she was just like, such and such was showing me your phone, and you was taking so long to get here, and that's why you was taking so long to get here, and looking disgusted. Because now I'm thinking, I'm knowing what she's talking about. She said she was showing me your phone. I was literally shaking ass in that girl's Snapchat. So that's what her cousin showed her. Oh, look, grandma, this is what they doing, throwing ass at 9 in the morning. So I was pissed off, y'all. So I'm like, hello. She was like, hi, who is this? Who is this? She's like, this is my friend. Remember I asked you if it was okay? She's like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Come on, let's go get in there. So the grandma asked me if I could go in first because the family all wanted to go in together. So she's like, you go in and just sit wherever the hell you gonna sit at, but don't sit in the front. Basically, she didn't say it like that, but I was like, okay, fine. I go up in there and I just scoot right to the last seat that was available, literally in the back. Cause I said, I don't know why she was bringing me to this damn funeral, right? So anyway, they start walking in there and stuff like that. And this was I've been to some ghetto funerals, y'all. I've been to a few ghetto funerals, and this one was one for the books too. You know, I feel like it's always just something weird. People don't know how to act at funerals. I feel like if you could stay off your phone for a little while. Somebody is playing something on their phone and it was loud, and they like had it playing for a little bit before they even turned it off. It doesn't even make y'all. So anyway, the funeral happened, whatever. As we in a funeral, the person I ended up sitting next to was a girl. She would not stop talking to me. Where you get this hair from? I'm like, oh, I get it from this one girl. And then I'll go back and look at the funeral. Oh, okay. Did you dye it that color yourself? Mind you, my hair color would be like blue, because I would dye it one color, then try to throw another color on it, or I'll be like, whatever. But a lot of times I would dye my hair blue. But I'm like, yeah, I did. What, you use aqua? I'm just thinking, like, can you find me after the funeral and ask me these questions? Because clearly it's going to be a repast, and that's where the food is going to be at, what she was talking about. Yeah, and when she said that her grandma likes to talk to the family, she did not lie. Because her grandma went up there and was talking for a long time, and it had nothing to do with that person that was in that casket. I promise y'all. I was like, I had to think for a minute, like, what is she even talking about? I don't even know if she knew what she was talking about. And no, her grandma wasn't even, like, old like that. So it's not like she had dementia or anything. She just was off topic. I don't know. She just was talking about some other stuff. Maybe she thought like, yeah, this is the time I can get y'all because in one room and y'all gonna hear what the fuck I gotta say. So anyway, we up in there. The girl wouldn't stop talking to me, but she just asked me dumb little questions or whatever, like just questions she could ask me another time. So finally it let out, and Keisha come right over there to me. She was like, hey girl, she was like, why you look like you've been crying? I'm like, because I have been. I'm a very emotional person, y'all. I cry on TV shows. If I'm somewhere and it's sad, I don't have to know this person, but this is sad. This is a funeral. I'm gonna cry. So she was like, girl, you look like you've been crying more than me. So I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad to see people go up there and like cry and stuff, you know, and the picture slideshows. I'm like, yeah, this is sad. I'm like, even the music, even though the music choice was, yeah, anyway, so I was just like, yeah, it just was sad. It's a funeral. I don't know what you thought. I was about to be up in there laughing and throwing up gang signs in the back. So yeah, so we go out, and she was like, okay girl, we got to go to the repast. It's gonna be like some food and all that other stuff there. So I was like, oh, that's when we get to eat? And she started laughing. She's like, girl, no, for real, but everybody gonna be there. You see like all his homeboys and stuff, like they cool or whatever. And then so she was like, oh, so I was like, yeah, so we just talking or whatever. Her grandma ended up coming up to me, and she asked me my name. So I'm like, oh, my name is Simone. She was all like, you could have took more time at the casket. Like, you walked by a little bit too fast. So the grandma was telling me basically, like, she didn't like the way when everybody went up, you know, when everybody could go up to see the body, how I went past that fast. First of all, I wasn't just going to sit there because it's like the whole row went up. You know, everybody went up as the rows, and I felt like that would have been disrespectful if I would have just sat there and stayed like sitting down. So I went up, but I don't know him, so I'm sorry that I didn't stand there long enough for you. So I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm Keisha's friend, like I've never met him before. And she was just like, why would you come to a funeral for somebody you don't know? So like one of Keisha's cousins was like, yeah girl, like if you didn't know him, why did you even come? And I'm like, I didn't know I was coming. I did not. So anyway, she talking, she like, all right, get in the car, we finna go to the repast or whatever. So we hop in the car, one of her cousins hop in the car with us. So she was just like, girl, we need to get us a bottle, we need a drink because I need to turn up or whatever. So she was like, we finna just go to grandma's house and like eat some food, and then we gonna go to the repast. So I'm thinking like, isn't that the repast? But I guess it wasn't. So they go to their grandma's house or whatever, they change their clothes. I put some shorts on and a crop top because that's my go-to. She said we gonna turn up, right? So I put on my shorts and the crop top. We got us a plate and they drinking and stuff. So everybody is talking about, come on, let's go. So we go to this repast party. So I'm like, okay, cool. I guess this is just where the food is at, but the food ain't at the repast. I don't know. They do it different in their family. Maybe they didn't want, I'm thinking to myself too, because all the like gangbanging homeboys was not there. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe they only had enough food for the family, so they don't want it at the repast or something like that. I don't know. So we ate, we start heading over to the repast, y'all. Tell me the fuck why. Tell me why. Tell me why. We pull up to this repast, right? I see people there that look like, you know, that they was at the funeral. And then there's people who that I did not see. They were not a familiar face. It was not familiar faces at all, right? So we walk up. We start to go. Y'all, tell me why they was like, okay, it's going to be $10 for girls and $15 for guys. Y'all lucky y'all came because it was about to go up to $15. So I look at Keisha, I said, $15 for what? I said, what I said, this money going to like his kids or something? Like, what is this for? So she was like, oh no, Simone, I'm gonna just pay for you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay for you. So she slid the guy 20. We walk into that backyard. It's a motherfucking pool party. A pool party. A pool party. It's a pool party. I know y'all probably like, Simone, I'm so confused. Yes, I'm confused too. Because I said, Keisha, what is this? So she was just like, oh, this is the repass. I said, okay, well, why did they charge us at the door for the repass? One of all, two of all, first of all, second of all. I said, why? Half of these people wasn't even at the funeral. She was like, yeah, but this is what his homeboy said that they had planned before he passed. So we just thought it would make sense if we all came to this party to celebrate him. Y'all couldn't throw y'all own pool party in his honor? Y'all had me come and pay $10. Well, I didn't pay, she paid. So I'm like, I guess. But again, Keisha, this is why I said she was so weird. Why couldn't you just inform me of this information? You could have said, hey, today I'm going to take you to a funeral. Wear red. It's a gangbanging funeral. And afterwards, we're going to a pool party. Anyway, so I was just like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I'm like, I feel like y'all should have threw y'all own pool party. She was like, no, because he already had a ticket and his homeboy had bought his tickets. So they was just like, they ain't trying to let their money go to waste because there was no refunds. Y'all, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. So they had like this little shed back area and it was like dark up in there because they like blacked out the windows or whatever, and it was people up in there dancing. They had food and like, well, not, they had drinks and like little snack type food. They didn't have like food there, right? So we go up in there and we go get us a drink. Like, well, we pour us up a drink or whatever because they just had it like there. They had like jungle juice and then they had like just mixtures. You could just pour drinks or whatever. So I'm like, that's the good part. So we over here, we just drinking a drink or whatever. She asked her cousin, she like, oh, do you know if grandma's still coming? Because her grandma was coming too. So she like, oh yeah, they said grandma on the way now. Yo, grandma, mind you, I'm telling y'all, when I say the funeral is here, but half of these people, more than half of these people are people that's just at a pool party. How y'all gonna come turn this pool party into a repass? Like, be fucking for real. I was like, this is some ghetto shit. Like, I've never experienced nothing like this. Like, this is crazy for us to be like, oh, it's a pool party. So my thing is, y'all couldn't miss one pool party to honor this man. There would be more pool parties. So anyway, so we up in there, we drinking and stuff, we dancing, we turned up, we lit, we all having a time. Like, when I say a time, it's being had. We twerking, we having so much fun, right? So then we start going out to the outside part because where this little shed is, it was kind of like a big shed, maybe like a double wide, I don't know. So where it's at, it was like people up in there dancing and stuff, but like the main party is really on the outside. So we go on the outside by the pool and she's like, you trying to get in the pool? I'm like, damn, I got shorts on. Like, I could see if they was cotton. But to put my jean shorts in the pool is kind of crazy. That's like me putting jeans in the pool. It's just, it's heavy. I don't want to do all that. So she's like, all right, we on the side and we just got our feet in and we drinking and stuff like that. They all around us, they talking. His homeboys come over there, they start telling stories about him. Like, man, yeah, I remember one time when he knocked such and such out. Dang, da-da-da-da-da. All this other stuff like this, they just talking. And he was like, man, so somebody was like, I don't like the way y'all went up at the funeral and was talking about how he beat people up. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. And when you at a funeral, you supposed to change all that. Like, you supposed to talk about something different. So I don't know why I put my 2 cents in. I'm like, no, I like when people keep it real. I'm like, I like when people keep it real because that makes it more enjoyable. You know, it's more funny. Like, you get to remember the real person they are instead of you going to a funeral, you know, and it's like, oh, he used to donate mittens to kittens and he used to feed babies and walk llamas home, and it'd be like, no, he beat up the whole neighborhood and stole my car. You know, like, I'd rather you be honest with me. And it's crazy because at my uncle's funeral coming up, I told everybody, be completely honest. Like, that's the best part of the funeral. Like, it's just a good memory, good laugh, and it's just uplifting. Like, you know, you get to see different sides and different stories and stuff. So yeah, he was like, nah. The one boy, he like, no, you supposed to go in there and you supposed to speak of him in a different light and all this other stuff like that. So everybody just tell him like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, why would they sit here and lie about him? Like, we up in here with red rags and shit like that. What we gonna say? Like, oh, his favorite color was red. Like, what are you even talking about? So he like, nah, I just don't like that. Like, y'all just be doing the wrong thing. Mind you, this dude that's in there, I don't think this was one of his homeboys. Maybe this was a family member. I told you they whole families at this pool party. By this time, their grandma even came in the door. Everybody was already looking at her kind of weird because it did not make sense. But she was dressed to the part, baby. She knew it was a pool party because she had on her shorts and her bathing suit underneath. I said, oh, okay. But nobody told me it was a pool party. Anyway, So we all having a conversation or whatever, and then next thing you know, he was like, man, one of the boys was like, man, I'm gonna go tell a story about my homeboy right now. I'm about to go pull up and tell a story. So they like, yeah, tell a story. He go to the DJ. He like something you could tell he like going back and forth with the DJ, because we like looking back, like just seeing, I'm drunk, so this is me just happy, like, yeah, I'm happy, yeah, tell that story about this man. Be honest. So I'm just smiling. I'm thinking to myself at this point, why is he telling the DJ a story about him? Mind you, he don't know him, because I told y'all this is a random pool party. They crashed and called it a repass. If y'all didn't have a venue, just say that. So anyway, he talking to him, and then you start seeing him like pulling a mic from the DJ, and the DJ is trying to pull it back with his other homeboys. They go run up over there like, hold on, blood. So they run up over there, and I'm like, I thought they was Crips. She was like, Simone. Mind you, I knew that obviously, but I was just being funny. So then they pulling the mic, so he grabbed the mic. He like, hold on, y'all, hold on. He trying to get the music stopped. He talking over the music. He trying to get stopped. So he like, man, turn this shit off, right? Turn the music off. So the boy that was like at the door and like some other people, they walking up looking like, what the fuck is going on? So the DJ turned the music off because they punked him. So he like, yeah, y'all already know, such died today, whoop, that's my nigga, da-da-da-da-da, whoop, yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm just smiling like, that's right, I know that's right. So they like, yeah, I like that he gonna represent for him, because at the end of the day, this his shit. That's what one of her cousins said, the girl cousin that was sitting at the pool with us with her feet in the water. She like, yeah, this his shit at the end of the day. No, it's not. He just bought a ticket. That's it. And who knows if he even bought a ticket, because it didn't look like one of them events where you could pay, that anybody paid for in advance. This is a backyard boogie. So they was like, yeah. So he like, yeah. Y'all know my nigga, we had to bury my nigga today, da-da-da-da-da, all this other stuff. Now that I think about it, nobody even went to the cemetery. Literally, it was funeral, food. Well, maybe they went to the cemetery and then came to this party. I don't know. Or maybe they came straight to the party because the funeral was interrupting their party time. I don't know, because that's what it seemed like. Because y'all could have partied another day. Well, I mean, not party another day, but y'all go to a pool party another day. So anyway, so he's getting a mic. He like, yeah, so we gonna pay him some respect, because ain't nobody even mentioning him. We gonna pay bro some respect. So they start talking. They start telling a story like, man, I remember when I first met that nigga, like, he really was like really one of them in the streets. I used to look up to that nigga every time I seen him. Like, every time I seen blood, like, I looked up to him. And this is me getting teary-eyed all over again with my cup. So I start sipping it because I'm like, this shit making me sad. But then when I thought back on it, I'm thinking like, girl, what the fuck? You cry for everything. So anyway, so he like, yeah. So I used to be walking down the street, you know, my backpack on. He's like, little nigga, you ain't got shit in that motherfucking backpack. He snatched me by my backpack, you know. I ain't had nothing in there but a pencil and a pen. And I'm thinking like, a pencil and a pen? He like, a pencil and a pen. He was putting hearts on the P's. Maybe he was a pyro. So anyway, he like, a pencil and a pen. All I had in my backpack. He'll snatch me up by my backpack. And I used to think I want to be just like blood. I want to be just like him. So somebody was like, whoa, give me the mic. So he like, nah, let me finish. And then one day he said, how old you is, little nigga? I got some little homies that's gonna put you on. And I was like, this is my day. This my day. And it's me. Keisha was like, they really fuck with him heavy. And I love that. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, this is sweet. So the other boy like, let me see. You could tell the whole party is looking confused as fuck. Confused as hell, because they probably like, what is going on? So the guys that's even throwing the party, they scared, because like I said, all his homeboys, they up there, so they not doing shit. Well, it wasn't really up there, it was just like a little step, and then the DJ thing was set up. So they stepped up to the plate, it literally to the mic. So yeah, so they right there, they just talking. The guy that's he just standing there, he not saying nothing, but he looked irritated as hell. And they start talking, so somebody else grabbed the mic. So the grandma started walking over there. I said, oh, this can't be good. What she finna talk about? Mind you, the guy that was talking to us and telling us how we should speak positive about him, he's pissed. He will not stop talking. He's like, he's going up there telling a story about a backpack and about snatching him up. That's not what he should be doing. He could be saying how good he was. Like, it was times I seen him sleep peacefully on the couch. And one of the girls was saying, knowing that nigga, he probably was dreaming about beating somebody up. So they laughing and stuff like that. And I kind of started laughing too. He was like, because mind you want to talk, why would we go talk about, oh yeah, y'all want to say he was a bad guy. That man slept peacefully when he went to bed. The fuck? So he was like, no. And I said he would put gas in the car. I'm thinking like, what the fuck does that have to do about, like, what? I would hate... What? You want to get this man funeral talking about he slept nice and put gas in the car? I would be pissed off. Like, get somebody else the mic on. You don't need to tell no more stories about him, because what is you even talking about? So they talking to grandma, go over there, and it's like, you want to talk? You want to talk? Grandma, you trying to speak? You trying to speak? So she was just like, you could see her doing this or whatever, but I don't know what she told them. So they was like, okay, we're gonna let the party finish. We're gonna let the party finish. Maybe she told them like, nigga, get the fuck off the mic. So yeah, he's like, we're gonna let the party finish. We're gonna finish it up. All right then. Yeah, so y'all gotta pay some respect. Everybody, if you got something right now, pour some out for the homie. Pour some out. So Keisha and her cousin was like, shit, we not finna pour our drink out. Like, you know, he know we love him. So I'm dying laughing. Oh, boy is losing his shit, though. He's losing his shit. He's so pissed off. He was like, I hope the police shut this shit down. Shut the party down, because this is unacceptable. Da-da-da-da-da. He's over there making him out to be a bad guy. Da-da-da-da-da. So, oh, girl was like, yeah, I mean, that's who he was. Like, he really was that type of person. So I'm like, Keisha, like, you didn't go up and speak. You had any stories? Because I'm like, now I want to hear more stories about him. He sound like a funny guy. So I mean, not a funny, but yeah. So I'm like, Keisha, you got any stories? You didn't say any. Like, you didn't even tell me. You just said this is like an uncle. So is it even your uncle? Is that his mama? Keisha was like, yeah, I mean, I will always be around. Like, he'll have me fighting people and stuff like that. So the cousin was like, when he would have you fighting people? She's like, oh, sometimes he'll call me like, oh, I need you to beat this girl up. And she's like, and I would do it. Like, you know, she's like, and plus, you know, such and such. She brings a Goofy home, but she's like, you know, Goofy, like, my man, he's from such and such hood. He's like real reputable. He knew him. Like, he knew him. And I remember one time he seen us out and about. We was out at this fancy restaurant. I said, oh, this bitch is lying. You know when she lying, because she just be, she like, what's at this fancy restaurant? I was somewhere in Hollywood, like, real nice restaurant. Like, it was really nice. And we ran into him, and it was like, and she like, when? Because that nigga was asking me for money up until he died. So she's laughing. So she's like, I don't know, girl, but we was at this fancy restaurant, and yeah, we ran into him, and he seen him with me. He was like, oh, you with my niece, da 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 da, all this other stuff, you know. But it was good because he respected my man. So like all this other stuff, because they really was close. So I'm like, well, why he didn't come to the funeral? She's like, oh, he's really hurt. Like, he don't really do funerals for real. So I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, this girl phone ain't never wrong, because that ain't her nigga. He ain't call her. She'll be trying to call him, and she'll be like, he's mad again. Sure. He just wouldn't answer the phone. Like, when she would call him, he would not answer. And sometimes he would text and be like, whatever he say, I don't know, because she'll lie and be like, he texted me and said, I love you, I'm working right now, I'm getting to the money for us, or something. She just would lie. So anyway, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So anyway, the music playing back. At this point, we out of drink. So we was trying to get, oh boy, the peacemaker, the gas guy, we was trying to get him to get us some more to drink, but he wasn't. He was just literally talking shit to whoever wanted to listen. So we go back up in there to get us something to drink. It's me, Keisha, and her cousin, right? We go up in there, and it's a twerk off, y'all. Not a freak off, but it's a twerk off. It's girls in there throwing ass twerking. I'm like, oh, one thing about me, I used to think I was so thick. I always tell y'all that. And I was just like, yeah, I'm about to join that. Like, let me give me some more to drink, and I'm finna join that. So I'm like, Keisha, we gotta do it. So her cousin like, bitch, can't nobody fuck it up like me. So I was like, let's go up over there. So we twerking, right? I'm on the floor. I don't know why I get on the floor like a damn dog. Hands and knees. I'm on the ground. Okay, so I'm on the ground or whatever, and Keisha cousin get on the, it was like a chair or a couch chair. I don't know what it was. Maybe a bench. Who knows? It was dark in there. But she's on something above me, right? So she shaking her ass, like kind of in my face, but on my head, basically. Because I'm on the floor. She's above. Yeah, so she's basically shaking her ass in my face because I'm not on my hands and knees, like, looking up. I kind of got my, like, you know, like this position. Anyway, I'm just trying to give y'all a visual. So anyway, she's twerking, whatever. It's lights on us because it's people recording and stuff like that. So it's lights on us and stuff like that. So Keisha like, hey. She got behind me. Keisha got behind me. Like, we kind of in line at this point. She's slapping my ass. So when she starts slapping my ass, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I should, like, you know, turn her cousin up. Like, hey, turn up. You know, like, we see you. Because she was really fucking it up. So mind you, she had a dress on. It like a little dress or whatever. She twerking or whatever. And she's above my head. So I'm looking up and I'm like, hey, like, slap, like. And I noticed, and I was like, ooh, so I kind of like squeezed her calf, y'all. I don't know why I'm explaining like this, but I squeezed her calf, and she was like still dancing. So I stood up and I started dancing behind her, like covering her, right? And I'm like dancing behind her. So she was like, girl, move, like they recording, like move. Like basically she thinking I'm just trying to like steal her shine because she's dancing. Like, no, that's not what I'm doing. So I like leaned over on her and I was like, girl, yo, showing. So she like, huh? I'm like, just come on, like, come, like, you're showing. Y'all, her tampon string hanging out. So I'm like, yo, string is hanging. you know, I'm not trying to say it too much because it's girls bias and stuff like that, even though it's loud. But like, I'm not trying to embarrass you or nothing like that, but I'm letting you know because people are recording. Like, they're recording, and I was just so confused because Keisha, you know you seen this. So yeah, because even Keisha, when she was hitting my butt, she started recording. And one thing about Keisha, I have videos in my phone of Keisha recording me twerking, and for some reason if this is your ass, she's gonna go up your ass with her phone, damn near in your vagina, and be getting it like, yay! And I used to be so confused, like, why do you want videos of me like this in your phone? It would take so much for her to even send them to me. Like, I'd be having to really press, like, can you send me the video of me? Damn, because she want a video of the inside of my fucking ass for. So anyway, she's recording, she all up under her dress. She would do that a lot. We would be dancing, and she would be the person that would put the phone under your dress, and it would be like, the fuck do you do that for? Like, that's so weird. But that's what she did. So she's doing that to her cousin. Mind you, she's down like this, like, hey, so you seen it, you didn't even say nothing. So when the cousin noticed what I said, she was like, ooh, ooh. And she turned around, she just hugged me. So we hugging, and she started like dancing that way, like, you know, try to play it off. So I'm still just dancing or whatever. We hugging, like dancing. So she ended up getting up, and we go, she's like, I'm about to go to the bathroom to fix it. But first we got us a drink, and then we went to go to the bathroom and fix it, right? So anyway, we wasn't even supposed to go in the house. They didn't want people to go in the house and use the bathroom, but they didn't have like no other option outside. Like, it wasn't like no porta potties or anything like that. Like, it literally was like, do y'all want us to shit on the side of your house? Well, not shit, because I don't understand why anybody would come to, you know, like, that's like, even when people, let me stop. I'm only mentioning that because, let me finish the story, but I'm gonna just finish the story, okay? So anyway, so we go in the house because I don't know where they wanted us to go. We went to the bathroom, she went in, and we just on the outside, so we talking. So Keisha was like, girl, I'm like, what? She's like, we having fun. Oh my god, see, I told you we was gonna have a good time. So I'm like, yeah, we are having a good time. At this point, Alicia, aka Stank, she's mad. Like, she's irritated as fuck, because she was like, oh, that's messed up, y'all fake as fuck, da da da. But mind you, I'm telling her, like, girl, I didn't even know this was what I was finna do today. I thought I was going to her grandma's meeting with the red on, we was gonna eat, and that was it. I didn't know this was what was gonna happen. If I knew, I for sure would have told her to bring you, because she could have bring you too. It just, yeah. But anyway, so we waited for her cousin to come out the bathroom, and I was all like, girl, I'm like, you didn't see it? Like, then you was recording. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, because I know some people probably got it on camera, or like them boys probably like was saying shit. Like, I'm like, so I kind of feel bad or whatever. She was all like, girl, no. She was all like, that's on her. Like, that's on her. She knew she should have tucked it or something like that, or she should have wore different panties so it didn't come out. Like, that's on her. So I was like, yeah, but still, like, you know, like all this other stuff like that. Girl, why she gonna tell me you should have pulled it out? I said, I should have pulled what out? A glizzy, and started popping everybody recording her? Like, I'm confused. What should I have pulled out? She was like, if you seen the string hanging, you should have just pulled it out. She was like, or you could have just tucked it in for her. I said, you wanted me to do what? I said, Keisha, you must be drunk, because you saying some stupid shit. Because mind you, I didn't even find that funny. I said, what? You wanted me to reach in your cousin's Gucci and pull out her motherfucking tampon or tuck it for her? While people is recording us, and this is me. Bitch, I don't know if you thought I wanted, that probably was her motive. She probably said, I want this hoe to have a lawsuit one day. Because why the would I do that? I said, Keisha, that's weird as shit. That's very weird. I was like, why would I pull it out? And she was like, because so it wouldn't be hanging or fix it or something. Like, I don't know. I said, no, what I did was fine. Cause what? I said, do you hate her or something? She was like, I'm just saying, I probably would just pulled it out or like try to just like fix it or something like that. Like, you know, and just probably tell her. She's like, cause it's kind of more embarrassing for you to tell her. So I'm like, how's that embarrassing? Because if I have any type of wardrobe malfunction, something in my nose, something in my teeth, something in my hair, something, and we out and about, I want you to tell me. If it's something that I do not know, I'm not going to be embarrassed because you told me it's something in my teeth. Or if you tell me, oh, it's a fly on your eyelash, I'm not going to be embarrassed. Like, I'm like, oh, shit, bitch, I didn't even feel that. Like, thank you. Like, you know, why would I be embarrassed? So I'm like, girl, she's a woman. And we, you know, we all go through the same shit. Like, I highly doubt she's embarrassed in me telling her that. I think it would have been more embarrassing me just randomly pulling her. Anyway, so she just talking and she just trying to get me to understand. She's like, loosen up, oh my god. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is really a weird bitch, bro. So her cousin ended up coming out the bathroom and she was just like, all right, let's go back outside to the party. Like, let's, we gotta like really fuck it up now. She's like, I'm good now. Like, I ain't gonna have no issues, but I wanna go back over there and dance, like, fuck it up. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she was like, yeah, so Keisha gonna bring it up inside. Yeah, girl, I was telling her she should have just fixed it for you. So her cousin was like, why the fuck would she do that? So she was like, I'm just saying, because like I know if somebody would have pointed that out to me, like that would have been embarrassing, because like who knows if everybody didn't hear or whatever. I said, at the end of the day, we are all adults at a party. Like, people know, like, you know, I wouldn't want it on camera, but like, you know, men, like, women know like what's up, but I'm like, that's not embarrassing. She trying to tell, she like, I don't know, like, I just, if it was me, I would have fixed it. So her cousin was like, bitch, thank God you didn't see it, because I would have beat your ass if you would have just started doing that. That's weird. So she was just like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, tell her how you said you would have pulled it out. That bitch would have really whooped your ass, because you was weird. So anyway, we go back outside, we dancing and stuff like that. So we go back outside, and her grandma sitting in a chair, and it's this man grinding on her. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? This shit is getting weirder and weird. So she's like, no, she be lit, like, she really be turned up, like, she be outside or whatever. So we still just drinking, having a time or whatever like that. I don't know what happened, y'all, but why the fuck, why is the peaceful man over here drunk as hell starting a fight with some random ass people? So he over there starts, so they like, we just see him like going up, so they like, oh, when he get mad, like he gotta get up out of here, like he really don't play, like when he get mad, all this other shit like that. So they was like, come on, let's go get him. Like, I'm thinking like, where is the homies or the cousins or whatever? Why everybody else get to mind their business and we gotta go get him? But everybody else was going over there too, to my surprise. So we go over there, everybody up over there, they like, man, come on, like what's going on? So the DJ cut the music off like, hey, we see by the pool, come on now, we ain't doing all that here, this little peaceful party, we just trying to turn up or whatever, da 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 da. So he turned around, he like, man, fuck you, niggas playing on my top. Another motherfucker would be dead today, another motherfucker would be unalive today too. I said, what? Not the peaceful man, yes, the one who wanted them to lie about this man at his funeral. So he like, yeah, cause I'll whip out and everybody will be in this motherfucker. I said, Keisha, I'm ready to go, cause this nigga is crazy. I don't know what he talking about, and I'm cool. He was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, my brother ain't gonna be the only one in the ground today. My brother ain't finna, and I said, he's talking crazy. When I say this man is just talking crazy, he got drunk. Maybe he like exploded and reached his breaking point. I don't know. But I was all like, what the fuck? So somebody came over there, they trying to calm down, like, man, no. They just talking. She like, man, no, fuck that. So he trying to like reach for his shit, right? Mind you, we're by the pool. He trying to reach for his shit. So people start screaming. They kind of running. So somebody pushed him in the pool. Well, not somebody, one of them gangbanger men. They pushed him in the pool. So this man in the pool, and I'm like, come on, Keisha, let's go. So next thing you know, I seen two dudes jump in the pool. They like, that nigga can't swim. So they trying to get him out the pool. This man get out the pool. Finally, when they get him out, cause they put him by the edge, he get out the pool. He's trying to reach for his shit. This nigga has lost his mind. So we run out. I'm like, oh shit, come on, let's go. Like, let's leave. It's time to leave. We all run out. We run to the car, and Keisha just drove off. I'm like, Keisha, where's your grandma? She's like, I don't know. She ain't ride with me. So I'm like, you don't care to go make sure she okay? She said, I highly doubt he's gonna do anything to her. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So we ended up leaving. We went back to my house. She was just like, girl, can I stay here for a little while until Goofy homeboy is ready for me to come? She like, I told him I just need to shower and get myself together. So I was all like, yeah, just do that, because I'm gonna go with Crazy. Y'all, literally, I didn't even want to go hang out with Crazy, but I was all like, I just want to get away from her, because she really irritated me bad today. First, you irritated me when you told me to come with you to something that wasn't what it was. Second of all, you irritated me when you could have told me the repast was a pool party that y'all was gonna take over. And then you got me around your weird ass fucking whatever that man was. And then you're leaving your grandma at a glizzy out. And then you wanted me to pull something out your cousin. And then you keep lying about this dude you deal with, because he don't fucking like you. So I was just so irritated. And I was just like, yeah, I'm about to go leave with Crazy. So I'm over here texting Crazy like, hey, can you call me real quick, because I'm trying to get this girl to go home. Y'all, and this is crazy because he's so messy. So he called me, and I put it on speaker just like to make it even more. I'm like, hello? He like, who over there? I was like, what the fuck? I was irritated because I'm like, you're weird. Like, I asked you to do one thing, nigga. So I was just like, my homegirl Keisha, she here or whatever, why? And he was like, oh, because I was just gonna say like, I'm ready to come over and watch some movies and stuff like that, or I was gonna come get you, I want you to come to my house, da 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 da. So this is me to Keisha. I'm muting it. Girl, oh, he's so annoying. Whole time I text him. So, but he happy, because at that point, that's when I really used to like avoid the fuck out of him. Like, I would love to have company, because that would get him away from me. Like, sometimes he will pull up anyway and be like, come outside, because I don't know if he think that like my friends is gonna sneak a nigga in a purse for me, and they, I don't know, it was kind of weird. So yeah, I'm just like, oh, he's so annoying. So I'm like, yeah, I miss you too, girl. Mind you, he didn't even say he missed me. This nigga just talking about he finna come over. So I was just like, Hold on, I'm gonna call you back. So I'm like, Keisha, you finna leave with your man, right? So she was like, girl, I was just sticking around with you because you just seem like, you know, I know you going through it with him and stuff, and you don't really have time with your man. So that's the only reason why I'm still here, because, you know, I just didn't want you to feel bad because my man want to be with me all the time and you going through it with yours. But girl, yeah, no, he been wanting me to come. So I was like, okay, girl, well, that's cool. I'm like, well, I guess I'm about to get ready for Crazy to come, or me to go to his house or whatever, or me ride with him somewhere. I don't know what we finna do. But it was basically because it was like, girl, you came with that big ass bag and you not slick. You're trying to stay on this side of town because if he call you or answer the phone, you'll be close enough to be around him, because this is what he would do to her. Like, she lived far from him, so this is what he would do. If she called him or get in contact with him, he'd be like, oh, I'm here, I'm at the studio, or I'm here, I'm at the homie house, I'm here, I'm near her, da 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 da, come pull up. And then when she finally get on this side of town, he'd stop answering the phone. So she felt like, oh, let me stay at your house, at Simone's house, because whenever he finally do answer the phone, I could be available. Ain't nobody stupid to know you not finna stay here for too long, because no, you be irritating me and I be needing my time. Like, I don't know, I be just needing my time to myself. Or and plus, when you get on my damn nerves, it's like, it's time for you to go. You know, sometimes you just get overstimulated and it be like, yeah, it's time for us to wrap this shit up. Yeah, you guys to leave, okay? But I feel like back then it was different, because it was like, I'll be going through so much shit, and then when people come around you and it's just bullshit after bullshit, it'd be like, okay, this is enough drama for one day, for one too many days. Like, you here for 3 days straight, and 3 days straight is drama. It's time for you to leave. Like, okay, I need to breathe a little bit, and then we could pick back up where we left off. But yeah, but she ended up leaving or whatever, and Crazy did end up coming over, because she kept just hitting me up like, girl, guess where he got me at, da 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 da. It's crazy, because if we would have shared locations, I would have seen that girl was probably at her grandma's house or somewhere else, just scavenging, or somewhere else. She would lie too, because her and Keisha live, her and Alicia live by each other. Alicia, whatever the fuck her name is, Alyssa. Her and Alyssa lived by each other, and sometimes she would tell me like she with old boy and stuff, and I'd be like on the phone with Alyssa like, oh yeah, girl, something, yeah, because Keisha, she MIA. I know she with her man. She just told me, and Alyssa would be like, no, she's not. I literally seen her at the grocery store today, and I'd be like, oh. I don't know why she would just lie. But that's it for this story time. I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet, but I love you guys so much, because you guys have been extremely patient with me, and I love you guys so much for that. Y'all really rock out. Y'all rock out for real. Yeah, but I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace out.